With all due respect, sir, I didn't give 8 years of my life to deep cover to be a Jack Haley.
Your move, Torres.
I'm going home.
Come on, it's not worth throwing away your career.
No, I'm going home to get my own notes. Early on the op, we were partying. I caught a little buzz. I almost took my shirt off and jumped in the pool. I was wearing a wire.
Not good.
No, not good. But since that day, I never wore a wire again. I wrote notes on every hour, every day, on a little planner. That little planner is stashed away deep in my closet.
Then you need to go home. Enjoyed the talk, Torres.
I was about to report Campbell UA again when I got your call.
Again, why? Has it been a problem?
It has been lately. Oh, Corporal Campbell was fine, well-liked, good Marine. But the last few months, he seemed to change. He was distracted. I had to write him up a couple times.
Any idea what was wrong?
I suspected drugs, but we just did a random sweep and he was clean.
Was there anyone he was particularly close to on the ship?
No, not lately. He seemed withdrawn. He had a girlfriend, but I heard they broke up. I can get her name, and maybe she knows what his problem was.
Ooh.
What you got, Abs?
Oh, your old chariot, or what's left of it.
Yeah, the universe has a cruel sense of humor.
Ain't it?
Yeah.
It works out better for everybody if you just go ahead and give me the cat paddle before it comes to problem.
Oh, yeah. When exactly does it become a problem?
As soon as I have to ask.
Got it. Oh, it's really hard to see her like this.
Yeah. I mean, if it helps, your baby didn't feel a thing. She was packed with so much black powder, it could have blown up a rhino. I mean, thankfully, it did not blow up a rhino.
How nice that I'm still alive, too.
Oh, no, yeah. Oh, it totally sucks that you almost got killed. But, rhinos are on the endangered species list.
Okay, I get it. You love rhinos. Moving on. Detonator.
So the bad guys used a jerry-rigged cell phone as a detonator.
Prepaid burner, untraceable.
That word is blasphemous in the House of Shudo. Like John Paul Jones said.
Ramble on.
No, the other John Paul Jones. I have not yet begun to fight.
I don't doubt it.
Seriously, Nick, you gotta promise me you're gonna be careful around these dudes. You're lucky to be alive.
Abby, luck has a funny way of evaporating when you need it. This bomb was meant to kill me. It would have. They wanted me alive.
Why?
Well, that's what I intend to find out.
You took all your case notes and that?
I logged every conversation, every person I met.
Wow, it seems more dangerous carrying that around than wearing a wire.
Well, at least I was able to show the goods.
Wow, must have been so hard for you being undercover.
No, sometimes it was so hard.
You find anything actually useful in there?
Not yet.
Well, we need to find a connection between Campbell and the Rosewoods.
You want a connection between Campbell and that gang? Look in the mirror, Torres.
Me?
The same guys that killed Campbell just tried to blow your ass up. Why?
Revenge, I assume? I mean, they've probably been looking for Nick all this time.
No, if it was a revenge hit, I'd be dead.
The explosion must have something to do with Campbell. I mean, the timing can't be a coincidence.
Where are the Rosewood boys hanging out?
I may have a lead on that. Turns out Campbell had an ex-girlfriend, and I managed to track down her address. You want to slip her up? Well, she's on her way in.
Guys like Kyle don't come around too often these days.
Yeah, tell us about him.
The Kyle I choose to remember was generous. He had a kindness, but he also had no filter.
Kyle you choose to remember seems like a pretty good guy. What about the other Kyle?
About 6 months ago, he started to change. He'd become obsessed with fantasy baseball, of all things.
Gambling.
Losing, big time. He went into debt pretty bad. We were just fighting about it nonstop. And then suddenly Kyle just started paying off his debt.
Where'd you get the money?
He wouldn't tell me. Not at first, but I knew it had something to do with his new friends.
Your friends have a name?
Fools call themselves the Rosewood Boys. It's the only name that I ever knew. I confronted Kyle. He said he just needed to make a little bit more money and then he'd make a clean break. I didn't believe him.
Why not?
He was still gambling. Then one day his friends gave him a second cell phone to use only with them. Kyle said that they were paranoid about keeping their identities secret.
So when they called Kyle to meet, do you know where he'd go?
He wouldn't tell me. So I
What?
I put a GPS tracker on his car. I thought that he was cheating on me.
Hey, nobody's judging you.
I am. Well done. So did you find out where he was going?
Miller's motocross. It's a pretty popular track.
You know, I wasn't sure what I was expecting, but it definitely wasn't this. Wow.
Welcome to motocross, McGee. This is fun stuff.
This is not fun. This is every mother's worst nightmare.
There. Over there.
You sure? You sure?
Nice run. Happy before you hit the triple.
Yeah, I spun out on a dime. I thought for sure we were going to end up stacking bodies.
Yeah, me too. You really need a guardrail, something padded?
And there's only one thing that I dislike more than catching a bad batch and losing my wheels. Being hassled by cops.
NCIS. Ask you a few questions about the death of Corporal Kyle Campbell.
And I need a pillow talk with Kate Upton.
Look, you knew Kyle, right? If you have nothing to hide, then it's something to be quiet over.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess I'll talk to you guys then. Nice dime store interrogation tactic. Where'd you pick it up? Mind games for morons?
It's a nice bike.
What are you doing, buddy? It's probably best you stop touching on the bike.
Or what?
Better start showing me some respect. I would hate to see you get hurt. Hey, drop it! Wants to touch a bike? Touch. He's screwing with me. No. It's playing.
Yeah, he's good at that.
At least we know who's running the show now.
Thanks for the look. Been thinking about buying a bike myself.
And? What's What's the verdict?
I'm gonna stick with a sedan. It's good gas mileage, not too flashy, and you know what? It is comfy. Go ahead. Take a picture. Smile. Thanks. Onward, upward, boys. Let's go.
Boss, how'd you even know that was the Roosevelt
The
boys?
bike tipped me off.
How'd you know which bike?
One with the big rose painted on the side. You look familiar, Torres.
No. Are you sure these Alonso guys the one calling the shots?
Yeah.
It's a hell of a mountain to climb in only 5 years.
You sure he wasn't in the gang back then? Maybe he was so low level, he wasn't even on your radar.
Not likely.
What about your guy who's put in the witness protection program?
Roy Slayton? I have no idea where he is. What about him?
Might know something about this Alonso guy.
Boss, just spoke with the DOJ. They want approval from the Marshal Service before they'll release Slayton's whereabouts.
Get it?
I've been working on it, but the Marshal Service won't give their approval until DOJ signs off on it.
Okay, we focus on Alonso. Need something to turn the screws. Bishop.
Checking his credit card and bank records to see if I can connect him to any large deposits.
Quinn.
I'm gonna check his cell phone records. Maybe I can place him in Boonesboro the day Corporal Campbell was killed.
I want to take another whack at the Justice Department. Torres, maybe you can check. Where is it?
What up, Royce? Witness protection looks good on you. Hey, man, I like what you done to the place.
You said you're checking on me every few weeks, Nick, and 5 years later, here we are.
Hey, man, the Fed said it was dangerous for me to be coming around too often.
Right, the feds.
You were safe, though, Royce.
You know, I trusted you like a brother, and here's where it got me.
What beats the hell out of a self like E?
You think? This place is its own kind of cell block, believe me.
Well, you had yourself a nice run with the Rose ones. So you're smarting up and you testified.
Destroying people's lives isn't smart. Take down Monroe, we had to take down a bunch of friends with them.
Friends. Who were criminals.
See, friends to you. Family to me.
Come on, man. What you spinning out here, man?
Potter's wheel. Artista top. Helps me forget what I've become.
What's that?
A rat. Kind of rat can't make peace with what I did for you.
Well, I guess it's a bad time to ask you for a favor.
You got jokes, huh?
No jokes, man. The Rosewoods are running again. I have a dead Marine. We have a suspect, but it's thin. I was hoping you can help us with some intel.
Alonzo? Man, he's harmless, small-time hustler.
Oh, man, he's a new boss. Says you know him better than I did.
You want me to rat again?
I prefer to call it help.
Funny. I do bad things, I end up here, you do bad things, and you still get to play cop.
I did what I had to do.
And if NCIS knew what that was, what would they think of you then?
Are you gonna help me out or what?
Lucky I'm a better friend to you than you ever were to me. Alonzo, he's been keeping a secret for a long time. Come on. Come on.
We're happy to see you too, Abby.
So this is what it will be like when Abby finally gets a wax figure at Madame Tussauds.
What do you got?
Don't you want to know why I'm smiling at first?
Yes.
The smile train hit me head on in the face for the same reason we are gathered here. Less than an hour ago, I raised my forensics game into the stratosphere, or the Tusosphere.
Isn't that the phone that was used to detonate the bomb on Troy's bike? We already knew about that, Ab.
But what we never stopped and asked ourselves is what happened to the phone that called the phone that made the bike go boom. He even gives a smile, and he's going to smile more when he sees this. Burn phone as a detonator. Cash purchase 2 days ago. Metro found it in a dumpster after I traced its whereabouts.
Where was that?
Whoever called did so from the 400 block of Sherman Road in Greenbelt.
Alonzo's last registered address, 493 Sherman Road.
I called Taurus.
SES! Hey, Gibbs. The helmet or marine killer were the bank robbery.
Yeah, our man's here.
Alonso, come out!
They're dead.
They?
Yeah, it looks like Alonzo had a secret.
Double tap. Rosewood Boys.
Question is which one?
One.
Alonzo Marcel ordered the hit on Corporal Campbell, and now he's a gift from me to you. Your investigation ends here. You have your killer now walk away, or NCIS will find out what you've been hiding all this time.
It's sad when they come in so young.
It is indeed. But then you and I both know that all of life is a near-death experience. We must never cease to give thanks for the gift of today. Isn't that right, Jethro?
Tell you tomorrow.
Well, if one is an incident and two is a coincidence, then three is most certainly a pattern. Like our Marine, these two died of double tap.
Same technique, bigger weapon.
Yeah, well, these head wounds tell me that a higher caliber weapon was used here than the one that killed Corporal Campbell.
Well, a different gun doesn't mean a different shooter.
There any evidence of a struggle?
Quite the opposite. The position they were found in indicates inactivity at the time of death.
Sleeping.
Yes, Jethro, they were ambushed.
Oh, just one more thing. Remember the mysterious substance we found under the fingernails of Corporal Campbell?
Yeah, I was compared every mud in North America. Nothing matched.
Yeah, except for the remarkably similar substance we found on Alonzo Marcel's boots.
If they are one and the same, but that would directly connect the two attacks.
It's a whole lot of ifs, Ducky.
Why you hit the emergency button? Because I can. We don't have an emergency, Gibbs. Or do we? Tell me. Tell you what. What are you hiding? Okay. Let's talk. Where to start? The truth. What if I'm not sure I know it anymore?
We find it.
I can't help unless you help yourself. Time to tear off that band-aid. I planted evidence. I planted evidence to give Monroe off the streets so no other people, especially my friends, get murdered. can't remember what they do. Now they are. Any regrets? Zero. No regrets. That Rosewood investigation swallowed me up whole. And when another 2 Rosewoods got smoked, I swept the pistol he used to do it and then tossed it in the bushes next to the victims.
His victims.
Yes,
You're sure?
absolutely. He looked me in the eye and said, I killed them both. And that was just the tip of the spear. Gibbs, he was cleaning house. I had no choice. I had to do it. I was hoping this is the part where you say, hey, Torres, your job is secure. When I was a young NIS agent, I did the same thing.
Torres, we have one more in common, you think. My band-aids, they always stay on. Abby, Mud, go. Don't come back without an answer.
Hey, Torres.
Hey.
Hey, Abs.
Please tell me this is mud.
Most of it.
Disgusting.
Well, that was the hand that I was dealt, and I played the hell out of it. I mean, this is totally like a straight royal flush. That's not actually a thing, is it?
Analogy still worked.
So, what are you saying, Abby? You identified the mud?
I shipped in samples of every variation and every strain of mud that I could get my filthy little hands on. And just when I thought I couldn't keep fudging, Major Massbeck got a match and made beautiful music.
Kaolin mud.
Actually, it's clay.
Clay, like pottery clay?
Yeah, it's like the Rolls Royce of mud.
Huh. So, how did the same pottery clay end up on 2 of the 3 victims? You got any theories, Torres? Did you just bail on us again?
Royce, I know it was you. Don't do something we're both going to regret. What do you want? Are you expecting anyone else? If I'm not the only friend you're blackmailing today, I'd like to know that.
Wouldn't call it blackmail. Think of it as restitution.
I don't know you anything.
Then why are you standing there holding that bag full of cash? There's all 200 over there.
It's all here.
Good.
How did you know Alonso had 200K in his safe?
Because he was holding it for me. He was a good earner, useful, but then he got greedy and the envelopes were lighter.
So you had him killed?
He was not content with the Rosewood's current leadership.
And that'd be you.
You can't take what somebody else earns. I've had to teach a lot of people that.
Now, how the hell did you run the Rosewood boys from witness protection?
Monroe was feared, hated, so when we put him away, I wasn't seen as a snitch. No, I was a savior, so I capitalized. Made all the right promises to all the right people and made sure to get rid of all the wrong ones.
Like Corporal Campbell. Why'd you have him killed?
Kid made a couple of scores for us, but he was a degenerate gambler, a liability. Do I really need to explain how all this works? I mean, not to be an impolite host, but I think it's about time we both got what we came here for, so please, put the bag on the table. I need to check it.
All right. Now your turn. Where's this audio you claim you have on me?
Do you remember that night you came back to the crib and told me how you planted Monroe's gun?
You recorded our conversation?
On this drive is an audio file. 200 G's in exchange for your freedom. Not a bad deal.
How do I know it's the only one?
You don't? And here I was worried you were gonna try something stupid.
Hi, Royce. There's something else in there for you.
You son of a bitch.
Go ahead and try them on. I think they're your size.
What do you think will happen when I give this to the feds?
I have no idea. Well, why don't you ask them yourself? We're right outside. Go ahead, say hi. You're out of moves, Royce. Turn around. Royce, please turn around.
Start. Hey, Royce!
You forgot this.
Breathe, Nick. Breathe. I just listened to the audio file that Royce tried to blackmail you with. I didn't understand a word. Nothing but a lot of mumbling. No way to know that it's even you.
Wait, so he was bluffing? How would he even think that I would give him 200K without even listening to the audio file first? So, Abby said she was sure, right? I mean, she scanned through the whole entire file and said I was good to go.
No, not Abby. Me.
By yourself. know how to scan for audio files on an external hard drive?
You did the wrong thing for the right reasons. Never do that again. Been a long week, Doris. Late. Go home.
Hey, you shot?
I don't know. I don't think so.
What the hell just happened?
Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. Boom, 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 boom. How, 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 how.
Come on.
my computer, the webcam, whatever it's called. I mean, can't they hack into that and record me without my knowing?
We've already disabled it, Mr. Mayor. Same with your laptop and cell.
Yeah, you sure about that? Because I don't need no more leaks. I got enough problems. Certain people try to bring me down any way they can, you know?
We'll scan your car and home next. But for now, this room's secure.
Good. Phones too?
Don't use landlines, but make sure your assistant lets you know if she hears any echoes or clicks. Could mean a wiretap. And if so, we should be able to trace its source.
What about cell phones? They're good?
Cell's good.
All right. Well, good then. 2,000, right?
That's okay. We'll just bill you.
No. No bills. It's between us. You understand?
Understood.
Frank, it's Hamilton.
Honestly, I'm not sure about anything anymore. Gotten in pretty deep here.
Nor should you be, Mr. Mayor, because I'm going to be up and in your grill, baby.
How can we still hear him if they swept his cell?
You can't sweep a Triple P shadow app, which allows me to listen to and record any and everything within earshot.
Problem is, anything and everything isn't covered under the wiretap warrant. Only what's related to Clearwater or his alleged offshore slush funds.
And Javier Garcia's murder.
Let Jess know I won't be seeing her for a while.
Can't risk the media finding out about any more of these affairs.
Stop recording.
Wait, what?
Personal information is not covered under the scope of the wiretap. Look, Dwayne, if this isn't done within the strict parameters of the order, it won't stand up in court.
Mayor's dirty, Karen.
Look, we just put together a solid circumstantial case for Jenkins. He was the only judge willing to risk going up against Hamilton to grant the town. I know how bad you want to take him down. But if you don't do this by the book, you're going to blow the wiretap.
And Hamilton gets away with murder. And everything else.
Yeah, sure, whatever you think.
Stop recording.
Just make sure that you don't.
All right, I got a case. Keep monitoring the mayor.
Are you sure Pat knows what keywords to listen for? Is he read in on Clearwater, every detail?
No, not everything.
Then I'd stay put if I were you. May only get this one shot at Hamilton.
Yes, cried iron. How'd he sound?
Torn. Had to talk him into staying put, focusing on trying to get Hamilton before Hamilton gets us.
Yeah, King's loyal to the job. It's not easy for him not taking the lead on the case.
All the more reason for us to kick ass on this one. Do you want me to go pick up Percy?
No, I'm already here at the coffee shop.
Alright, sounds good.
We'll meet you at the crime scene.
Masao? Masao, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. We'll see you in a bit.
Hey, country mouse. If I knew you were my ride, I would have picked you up a croissant. Everything all right?
Yeah, sure. That's right.
Hey, you sure nothing's bothering you?
Me? No, why?
I don't know. Maybe because you only said like 2 words to me on the way over. What is he? What?
Joel, what do we got?
Hello to you too, Christopher. Oh, girl, he is in a mood. I can see that. High school were pros. Took out cameras, jammed communication, knew exactly what they were after and where to get it.
Sebastian, what's the haul? Couple hundred MP5s headed to Fort Bragg, and Navy's still doing an inventory to get an exact count, but
That's a lot of serious firepower. I mean, it can't just be about selling them on the black market. We're dealing with some kind of militia.
whoever it was, they came prepared. According to the railway cops, they all had body armor, were using AR-15s, concussive grenades. How many were injured? That's the thing, none.
Whoa. Heist crew using AR-15s, grenades, making off with MP5s, and no cop get shot?
Oh, no, cops were shot all right, just not with bullets.
Yeah, not with lethal rounds. With rubber bullets. Specifically designed composite, packs a heck of a punch, especially coming out of an AR-15. It's more than enough to knock the wind out.
But not kill.
Which begs the question, what kind of heist crew steals hundreds of lethal weapons using non-lethal rounds?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, well, fortunately, the rail cops were using live ammo.
But
tagged one of the crew. Lost a lot of blood. I should be able to get a DNA ID. All right, let us know what you find, Sebastian.
Who's it back at? Owner of the company that makes the guns, Justice Bancroft.
Oh, the victim.
Oh, spent a lot of years at ATF seeing the pain Bancroft guns cause. Hardly makes him a victim. Excuse me. NCIS, mind if I get a word? Sir, is there a problem?
No, not at all. It's just that, well, we already told the police everything we know.
And we have to go. I'm sorry, who are you? Nadine? Bancroft?
Special Agent LaSalle. We'll talk with NOPD afterwards, but if you don't mind.
Oh, of course. Ask me anything. It's just that we're hosting our annual charity event tomorrow.
I kind of think a couple hundred missing submachine guns trumps your little party, don't you?
Percy. No disrespect, but we got to do our jobs, and that's a lot of guns.
Oh, yeah, trust me, I know. It's not the first time we've been hit.
You've been robbed before?
Well, not to this extent, but yes. The FBI, ATF, they both investigated the other 2 times and come up empty. I'm just glad none of the police got hurt.
Well, third time, there's got to be a connection. We'll dig into it and let you know what we find. We'll be in touch.
You, call me anytime.
Thanks.
Thanks.
I don't think Keen would have much liked the way you talked to her.
Don't much like the way you talk to me. She acted like this was nothing more than an inconvenience. That didn't bother you? Oh, I forgot. Nothing's bothering you. Right.
Making yourself at home at my desk?
Oh, right. No, I'm sorry. I didn't want to bother you.
It's okay, Sebastian. Just teasing. Sit down. Be more than happy to trade places with you, believe me.
Sitting on a wiretap's kind of boring, huh?
More like tedious. Plus, I'm learning more about Hamilton than I ever wanted to know. A lot more.
But nothing that connects him to the murders of Clearwater?
Not yet. But it's just a matter of time. Where are you on the case?
Well, using the DNA I found at the crime scene, I'm trying to ID our wounded bad guy, but nothing's coming up so far, which is, a little odd.
Okay, but not unusual. I just got off the phone with FBI, checked on prior heists, and they got nothing either.
Oh, it's hard to believe. 3 high-profile hits, no evidence. How's that possible?
Even stranger, none of the past stolen guns have showed up on the street or black market. It's as if they just disappeared.
And maybe I should get involved.
Now, Hamilton knows you're after him. You can't let up now. It's too important.
So there's a couple hundred missing guns.
Well, no wonder I didn't get a match. I programmed the ID search for bad guys, not bad girls. That's no bias, by the way. I apologize for that. Josephine Belacroix, first lieutenant, born in New Orleans.
A Marine?
Yeah, flawless record, too. She did a tour in Somalia and Sudan. Left the Corps a year ago.
Just before the first heist. Wonder what made her start stealing guns.
Pick her up, find out. And before you do
All right,
that...
I'll call her. So you're still in the field. Sebastian, start looking for known associates, see if we can find out who she's working with.
I'm on it.
Hey, we got this. Don't worry about us.
You're gonna keep giving me the silent treatment of being mean to me.
I'm not being mean to you.
Okay, so what's your problem? I don't understand.
I was just surprised this morning seeing you with that guy at the coffee shop.
Wait, Tom?
I didn't know you were dating anybody.
I'm not dating anybody. It was just coffee. How's I barely know that guy?
Well, you knew him well enough to kiss him.
I didn't kiss him. He kissed me. Are you jealous?
Jealous.
You're jealous.
You tripping, girl. Come on. Let's gear up.
Shotguns? Really?
Yeah, one of the Marines probably armed with an MP5 by now. Better safe than sorry. Percy.
No way, that's just from the high shooting.
House of Crystal Street has a security camera, but it's a bad angle to ID anyone going in and out of Belacroix's place.
Oh, so no one walking out with an MP5?
Lady carrying a small bag, that's about it.
It's looking more and more like the crew took her out to cover their tracks.
It takes a pretty vicious crew to take out one of their own. We need to find out who they are so we can get those guns back fast.
The problem is they're so good at covering their tracks, we got squat.
Yeah. If we could just figure out what made a decorated Marine join the heist crew in the first place. Are you sure there weren't any red flags in her service record?
No PTSD, no psych alarm.
Any of her known associates with criminal backgrounds?
Nope, Belacroix's a NOLA native, LSU grad, top of her class.
Like I said, squat. Look, I know the Hamilton wire is important and everything, but I think maybe it's time to loop Pride in.
Keen's expecting us to find leads. Let's keep digging. Hey guys. Oh man, it's so weird being back here, seeing you guys there. It's like just when I thought I was out. Did they pull? It's Michael Corleone from The Godfather 3. Guys, I think my screen froze. Ballistics on the victim, please. Right, sure. Well, the bullet pattern on our dead Marine suggests that all 13 bullets came from an MP5, which, if you ask me, that's overkill.
Even more reason to suspect her crew took her out.
Still, something doesn't add up. They went out of their way to use rubber bullets for the heist, but then used real bullets to kill one of their own.
Maybe they knew killing cops guarantees the needle.
Yeah, but if any of those guns end up as the murder weapon, they'll get the needle anyway. We're missing something. Hey, did you get anything on those rubber bullets yet?
You wanted me to call as soon as the autopsy was completed.
Whoa. Hey, Doc. This is so crazy. It's like old times. You, me, plasmas.
I didn't know you were in your lap, Sebastian. Why didn't you say something?
Well, I know better than to bother you when you're elbow deep in lip. I hate to interrupt.
Autopsy results, right. Okay, no surprises. COD, multiple gunshot wounds. The bullets hit every major artery and organ, and any one of them would have sufficed. This was obviously a statement killing.
One way to keep the rest of the crew in line.
However, there is an anomaly. Before Miss Belacroix was murdered, someone sutured the initial gunshot wound inflicted by the railway officer during the heist.
Even remove the bullet.
Wait, why would they try to save her only to kill her? That doesn't make any sense.
Especially when you factor in that they gave her
Broad spectrum prophylaxis to fight infection.
Bullet removal, sutures, antibiotics. I mean, this has to have been done by a doctor, right? Maybe. But she didn't go to a hospital.
the lady with the bag.
Sebastian, did you tell them about the rubber bullets yet?
No, not yet. So, police everywhere have been looking to use more and more non-lethal ammo. It's been a real boon for gun manufacturers. Fortunately, each company that makes rubber bullets uses its own proprietary design. So, the bullets used by the heist crew are actually Bancroft bullets.
Bancroft bullets used to steal Bancroft guns?
I might have found another Bancroft connection. Sorry, Doc, I need to screen for another doc. Emma Miller, a Doctors Without Borders physician, also Belacroix's doctor of record. They grew up in New Orleans together and graduated LSU at the same time.
Which makes sense. Belacroix would call a doctor friend to stitch her up without ratting her out.
Yeah, we need to find Dr. Miller and see what she has to say. What's the Bancroft connection?
A big one. Dr. Miller sits on the board of the Bancroft Family Foundation of New Orleans.
Which means that she could be at that charity shindig right now.
Bancroft bullets, guns, and friends. You guys think this is an inside job?
Only way to find out is for us to crash their little party.
Hold on. Bancrofts are a founding family here. They go back for generations. We can't just show up and start asking questions.
Maybe we can, but Pride can.
You pull up in your Hummer and you park next to my phone. Wearing a model three-piece, I wear Levi's full of holes. I walk along the left side and you walk along the right. We're trying to reach the same place, we might not get there on time, but you know what's best.
Some little party. They landed Sheryl Crow, really?
Well, it is for a good cause.
You don't know the rest. Baby, if you can, really can.
now so we can catch the show. We're not here for autographs. These people have guns out on the street.
Thank you for giving so generously to the Bancroft Foundation Humanitarian Aid 2017.
Justice Bancroft. Special Agent Dwayne Pratt. Moment.
Will you excuse me, please?
I like the sun.
It's about the stolen guns. Now is not the best time.
Someone was killed with one of your guns, Mr. Bancroft, and if we don't find out who stole them real soon, more will likely die.
Still, there are a lot of very important people.
Well, good for you. Have you seen Dr. Emma Miller?
Well, sure, of course. She helps set up. What's she got to do with this?
No, we're not sure. That's why we want to talk to her. We'll be discreet. Split up, search the grounds. You got it.
Daddy, what's going on?
Oh, nothing to worry about, Nadine, honey. They're just looking for Emma. Have you seen her?
Yeah, she's here somewhere, but can't you do this later?
Afraid not. How well do you know Dr. Miller?
She's like a sister to me. We've been friends for forever.
Pride, we got a problem. We're behind the fountains. Come take a look at this.
What is it, Chris? Caterer came back here to get more champagne. Emma Miller.
Executed just like Belafroy. Looks like it happened a couple hours ago. Maybe even before the party started.
Well, we just got back from Dr. Miller's house. Found body armor, a balaclava, and night vision goggles. So, unless she liked performing surgery in the dark and under enemy fire, I'd say she was part of the heist crew.
2 women on the crew? That's unusual.
Yeah, but if it's true, it doesn't make sense that the crew's trying to cover their tracks now. It's got to be somebody else targeting them.
Like what, a rival crew?
Trying to get the guns for themselves? Possibly. Could be a black market buyer double-crossing them. You find any rubber bullets at Miller's house?
Yeah, several boxes actually. All of them made by Bancroft.
Bancroft's name just keeps popping up, doesn't it?
Popping up in more places than you think. You need to hear this, but hurry.
You need to get NCIS off my back. You understand? I can't have them investigating those missing guns. Not now.
What does that mean? You know where they are?
Mayor Hamilton? Hamilton was on the phone just starting to talk about Clearwater when Bancroft pulled his way in.
I got enough of my own problems with NCIS. There's nothing I can do.
You can use your connections. Go over their heads. Say you'll get the guns back on your own. Be a hero.
Yeah, and how am I supposed to get those guns back exactly?
You leave that to me.
Wasn't anything to do with Clearwater, but I thought I should record it anyway.
Can't believe Bancroft stole his own guns.
Yeah, the question is why? Company's doing great financially, doesn't need the insurance payoff.
Doesn't matter. We can't use what we just heard anyway. The scope of the wiretap is only for Hamilton and Clearwater.
Well, we can't just ignore it. Man all but incriminated himself. Why don't you just bring Bancroft in, scare him, and let the lawyers argue whether it was admissible or not later?
Because then Bancroft would find out about the tap, which means so would Hamilton. And then it would blow your one chance to bring him down.
Yeah, on the other hand, 2 people are already dead because of those guns. How many more are going to die before we get them back?
So what are you going to do?
You're making a mistake.
It's a big risk, Pride. Just saying. Hope we don't lose Hamilton over it.
Me too.
Gotta say, I'm a little surprised. Man of your means. Would have thought you'd have asked for a lawyer by now.
I'm innocent. I don't need a lawyer.
Innocent men don't tend to incriminate themselves, Mr. Bancroft. How else do you think I would have got arrested?
I don't know. You tell me.
Pat?
I'm sorry, Bancroft, but I got enough of my own problems with NCIS. There's nothing I can do.
You can use your connections. Go over their heads. Say you'll get the guns back on your own. Be a hero.
Yeah, and how am I supposed to get those guns back exactly?
You leave that to me.
Doesn't sound so innocent to me.
That is taken out of context. Besides, how did you get that? You put a tap on me? On what grounds?
Tap wasn't on you. It was on the mayor. You just got help from the wrong person, got caught. I don't give a damn why you stole your own guns. I just want to get them back before anybody else gets killed.
I didn't steal them.
Then why do you know where the guns are? How come you told Hamilton you can get them back? Unless you start talking, U.S. Attorney's going to charge you as a co-conspirator, felony murder. You don't want to spend the rest of your life in prison. Talk fast.
I can't.
Sorry, Pride, but Esso's here. She insists on talking to you. Do you realize how many hoops I had to jump through just to get that wiretap granted in the first place?
I know, Karen, but I had...
No buts. Dwayne, you based the arrest of Bancroft on Hamilton's wiretap. A good defense attorney will get that kicked easily.
Well, Bancroft incriminated himself. What was I supposed to do?
You were supposed to ignore what you heard. That's what.
Too many guns are missing. I had to make a choice.
A choice that's probably going to cost you any chance of bringing down Hamilton. He's going to find out, if he hasn't already.
I'll worry about that later.
No, you need to worry about that now. Dwayne, if Mayor Hamilton is as dirty as you say he is, he's going to retaliate. You know he will.
I wasn't going to let more people get killed.
You should have. Pete, you have no idea what you've done.
Well, she doesn't seem happy.
She's not. Let's stay on point. Bancroft's not talking. But I think I know why. I don't know how he's involved with the stolen guns, but there's no question in my mind that he knows where they are.
But he still wouldn't tell you.
Nope. And I think it's because he's protecting somebody. Somebody he's willing to go to jail for.
His daughter. How can Nadine possibly be involved in this?
Oh, she may be more involved than you think. I just ran case and victim profiles through advanced link and social network analysis. Guess whose name lit up the scoreboard? Nadine Bancroft. She connects to the case on several levels, too. Geographic, socioeconomic, age, school, social media. I mean, all were bridesmaids at 3 other friends' weddings.
Doctors Without Borders, Marines, Nadine joined the Peace Corps. I mean, these are hardly just a bunch of rich debutantes.
Could explain why nobody's been able to catch the crew. Nobody would ever suspect them. Plus, Nadine would know exactly how to steal the guns without getting caught.
Are you seriously suggesting that Nadine Bancroft is part of the heist crew? That she stole the guns from her own family? Wow.
Don't know. But if her father found out what she was doing, makes sense he's trying to protect her.
And that's why he told Hamilton he'd get him back the guns.
So what, Silver Spoon here is vying for attention? Rebelling against how rich they are or something?
No, there's got to be another reason why they're doing this.
Yeah, it's a lot of guns, whatever the reason. Problem is, we're never going to figure out who's killing off the heist crew unless we figure out why.
Which means they could be after Nadine next.
Alert NOPD. Get him out to the Bancroft. Let's go.
We're on scene, Christopher. Stand by. Copy that. Any sign of Nadine?
No, not yet.
Shot fired. We're in pursuit. They're coming your way. Cross it in. We're almost there.
You're okay. You're okay.
Hate to rush you, Loretta, but please tell me you can help us identify.
They're Boko Haram. At least that's the particular terrorist group these 2 gunmen belong to.
Boko Haram in New Orleans?
Are you sure?
Unfortunately, I am. Notice the scarring from forehead to nose, the 2 rectilinear lines down the cheeks.
Tribal scars.
Many African ethnic groups use distinctive facial markings. Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa. But these men are Kanuri, heavily recruited by Boko Haram. I couldn't believe it myself until I saw the keloid tattoo on their ankles, BH. You know how much time I've spent volunteering in Africa, Dwayne? I've witnessed firsthand the horrors these animals perpetrate on innocent women and children.
I know, Loretta. We're going to do everything we can to stop them.
Yeah, the question is, what are they doing here? And why are they killing the heist crew?
They must want the guns.
But still, how they know Nadine and her crew are going to steal the guns in the first place?
I don't know. Maybe the D could tell us. Let the rest of the team know we're heading back. Have Gregorio alert DHS and FBI. Doubt these are the only 2 members of the hit squad, which means we could use a lot of help finding the others.
On it.
Must have taken Nadine instead of killing her in hopes that she would tell him where the guns were hidden.
No doubt by torturing her.
What do you mean?
From the Marine. Torn ligaments, anti-mortem bruising. I didn't see it in the prelim. But the poor woman was clearly tortured before she was executed. They would have gotten everything they wanted from her. Dwayne, you've got to get these bastards. But be careful.
You saved my life, and I'm grateful.
But I can't tell you where the guns are.
Okay, I don't understand. You stole your father's guns. 2 of your friends were killed. You were nearly killed. And you won't cooperate with us? Who do you think you are?
Doesn't matter. You won't believe me.
Try me.
Emma and I visited Joe in Sudan a couple of years ago. We were shocked. It couldn't have been more different than here.
War-torn. Famine. Place is a humanitarian disaster. We volunteered to help villagers set up a girls' school in Khartoum. But then Boko Haram attacked. We were whisked into the embassy for safety, but we watched the attack keep happening through the gates. And nobody tried to stop it. Women being raped, children being shot. And there